Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the HWSA World Series here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Just about ready to get our Division II championship underway. Division II this morning, and then the Division I championship this afternoon at 12:30. Our Division II championship between St. Louis and Charlotte, just moments away from first pitch here this morning. And what is a relatively cool morning, beautiful day, sunny skies, but it is definitely on the cooler side here this morning. So I believe Charlotte will hit first, so we'll give you their starting roster top to bottom, then give you the defensive lineup for St. Louis here. Leading off for Charlotte and playing center field is Michael Zagota. Playing second base and hitting second is Matthew Evedman. Bailey Meeks will hit third and play right field today. Jamie Honeycutt, the pitcher, and hitting cleanup. Playing down at first and batting fifth is David Graves. Hitting sixth and playing third base today is Ben Walsh. Batting seventh and catching will be Seth Cauble. Batting eighth at shortstop is Ryan Kirk. And batting ninth in left field is James Goodwin. Give you the St. Louis defensive lineup here momentarily. First pitch of the game is a strike. And 0-1 the count on Zagota. This will miss low and away, so 1-1 the count here for St. Louis. It's Carl Blykamp out in left field. CJ Mund is in center, and there's a line shot right to the shortstop, Cameron Kilchrist, who puts it away. And 1 up, 1 down for Charlotte here in the first. Rest of the St. Louis defense out in right field is Nathan Dye. Around the infield, Andrew Douglas will play at third. Cameron Kilchrist is at short. Brett Tampover at second. Mitchell Brown at first base. Behind the plate is Joseph Griesbauer, and Noah Kelsey gets the start for St. Louis. There's a line shot out into left field. And a single for Matthew, and that will bring Bailey Meeks to the plate for the Charlotte Stampede. Meeks out in right field and hitting in that third spot today. Here with 1 out in the first. Try to get used to updating our board here now that we've got everything underway. Takes me a little while to get into the scoreboard updating mode, as that pitch a little low. 1-0 the count. I might have to send you to get a couple of pronunciations here before I butcher any more names than I probably already have. Pitch here, chopped down towards short. Took a big hop out at short for Kilchrist. Goes to second for 1. On to first for the double play. An old traditional 6-4-3 double play for St. Louis defensively. And that will end the inning. No runs. There was 1 hit. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 1. No score between Charlotte and St. Louis. Be back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. We'll head to the bottom of the first here. We'll give you the hitting lineup for St. Louis. Leading off and playing short will be Cameron Kilchrist. Batting second out in center field is C.J. Mund. Noah Kelsey will hit third and pitch today. In that cleanup spot is first baseman Mitchell Brown. The catcher Joseph Griesbauer will hit fifth. And that sixth spot is Andrew Douglas playing down at third base. Left fielder Carl Blykamp will hit 7th. Brett Tapp will bat 8th and play second base, and Nathan Dye will play right field and bat 9th today. Defensively for Charlotte, James Goodwin is out in left field. Michael Zagota will play center today. Bailey Meeks will be over in right. Around the infield down at third base is Ben Walsh. Brian Kirk will play short. Matthew Evdeman will be at second base. David Graves down at first. Seth Cauble behind the plate, and getting the start on the mound is Jamie Honeycutt, right-hand pitcher for Charlotte. And leading things off here for St. Louis is Cameron Kilchrist. No scores. We're in the bottom of inning number 1. So Kilchrist stands in. Honeycutt looks for the sign. Now delivers. Fastball way up high. And 1-0 the count on Kilchrist. Starting to warm up a little bit this morning, but I'll tell you what, it was a cool start to the day here in Central Florida. Not so much because of the temperature, as that's a pitch inside, now 2-0 the count. It's more the 20 or so mile an hour breeze. And temperature in the upper 60s, kind of felt borderline chilly this morning. Fastball misses a little up high, now 3-0 the count. Of course, believe me, not complaining. Being that we're from just south of Chicago ourselves, I'll take sunny and 70. I don't care if it's a 70 mile an hour wind at this point. Pitch here, fastball misses up and in. And on 4 pitches, the leadoff walk to Cameron Kilchrist. That usually does not bode well. And you give a leadoff walk. Batting second for St. Louis is C.J. Munn, the center fielder. Honeycutt looks in, now comes set. Just a 2-step lead down there at first base for Kilchrist. Fastball misses up high. 1-0 the count on CJ. So far, Jamie Honeycutt really struggling to locate pitches. He's thrown 5 consecutive balls. And that's up high. Well, that was a little closer, but every now and then you'll get that call to strike. But for the most part, at this tournament, from what we've seen anyway, there's a strike right now in the middle. Knee high, 2-1 the count on CJ. But for what we've seen at this tournament to this point, anything waist high is really not going to be a call to strike. You need to get it about thigh high or lower. This comes all the way back to the screen, and getting out to second is Cameron Kilchrist on the wild pitch, and now it's 3-1 on CJ Munn. Well, if you're listening at home and you're getting any sort of wind interference in our microphones here today, it's no wonder. It's blowing right in our face.
Might be good to have this as the day goes on and gets hotter. Probably feel pretty good. Right now, it's a pretty good wind.
Hunter leads off with second, and there's ball 4. That was up high again.
He's looking over at the dugout over here. But the simple fact of the matter is you got to get the ball down.
Yeah, a little high. Now, there's one pitch in that sequence that probably could have been called a strike, but
got a good fastball if he gets the ball down where they need it.
For the most part in this tournament, they've been calling strikes a little bit lower, so you got to get the ball down a little bit.
Go.
There's a good pitch, right at knee high for strike. 0-1 the count now on Noah Kelsey, the pitcher for St. Louis. Runners at first and second here with nobody out, bottom of the first, no score in this Division II championship. Fastball popped up down the first base line. This might be trouble if it stays fair, but it's not going to, as it kicks into foul territory. And the count 0-2 on Noah Kelsey.
Well, let's see.
As you can tell this morning, too, that not only is the wind in our face, but the sun is as well. Might be a little difficult to see that camera feed at home here for the next half hour or so with where that sun is. so far it doesn't look too bad. Off-speed pitch called a strike over the outside corner, and down on strikes goes Noah Kelsey. That was a nasty curveball that caught that outside corner, and Noah just could not pull the trigger, so one gone for St. Louis here in the bottom of the first.
Jamie seems to have a pretty good arm. Once he gets rolling here, it could be trouble.
So Mitchell Brown, the cleanup hitter and first baseman, stands in. Runners at first and second with one out. Fastball up high. Well, Honeycutt's been consistent. Everything's been up. It's not really the location. I mean, as far as where the pitches are, if they were lower, they'd all be strikes. Well, it's not like he's missing inside, outside, or in the dirt. He's just consistently missing up.
And he's really peppering the mitt too. He's wasting a lot of energy and a lot of strength right now, and not getting that ball over.
So 2-0 the count. Runners will lead off of first and second.
He started his windup with the batter out of the batter's box, so he had to step off the rubber here again and start over.
2-0 pitch. This popped foul and out of play off the bat of Brown.
I didn't get my cap either. I'll have to go get that. Seems like Honeycutt is starting to settle down a little bit. He's getting a lot more balls over the plate now. That bodes well.
2-1 delivery here. That's a good pitch over the inside corner at the knees, and the count goes to 2-2.
Tell you what, you keep them low, you can get them a little inside outside sometimes, and get a call to strike. But if it's high here, you might as well forget it.
2-2 delivery, check swing.
Nice
Ball's
stop.
in the dirt. Runners trying to move up, and both runners will on the check swing, so the count will go full at 3-2.
That was heads-up base running. That ball was outside and low, and Cobble did a nice job of backhanding, going to his right and backhand that ball to keep it from going to the screen. But if I turned around, he was in trouble with the base runner. Good heads up.
Runners at second and third, 3-2. That count now on Mitchell Brown. Jamie Honeycutt winds and fires, and that shot out in the hole right to the shortstop. That's Ryan Kirk who pitches it back across to first, and one run crosses here for St. Louis. That's Cameron Kilchrist, who will score. Moving up to third is C.J. Mund on the RBI 6-3 putout of Mitchell Brown. So 1-0 the lead for St. Louis here in the first. Pitch here misses low. Honeycutt comes set and delivers that, misses low and away. Joseph Griesbauer, the catcher at the plate here for St. Louis. Runner at third with 2 gone here in the inning. Still having a little bit of trouble with my scoreboard here. I think I finally got it switched back around.
I wonder what you were working on over there.
I had a mistake on there. I was trying to correct it and had to work on that a little bit. That chopped off the foot of Griesbauer as that rolls foul. Now a couple of strikes on Joseph with a runner at third. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. A 1-0 lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Boy, another beautiful day in Central Florida, that's for sure. for here. Gets back to the screen. Runner from third is going, and he will make it easily. It took a weird hop back behind the catcher and just kind of hit the screen and went sideways. So on ball 4, Griesbauer heads down to first, but the wild pitch also allows C.J. Munn to score, so it's now a 2-0 lead for St. Louis. And the number 6 hitter, Andrew Douglas, the third baseman, comes to the plate.
Boy, Honeycutt's given up 2 runs, and really, they've done nothing off of him, but he's been his own worst enemy.
And comes set here. Runner leads off of first. Fastball missing up high. 1-0 the count on Douglas.
All right, Douglas stepping back in. Wind up.
Let's chop back to the screen here. So 1-1 the count on Andrew. Honeycutt comes set. Now we'll get the sign and deliver. Fastball chopped out towards short. Took a nice big hop for Kirk, who flips it over to Evdeman. And that will do it for the first inning. 2 runs in the inning for St. Louis on actually
no hits.
No hits.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I thought maybe I had a mistake there, but it's not. That's exactly what happened. There were 3 walks in the inning and a couple of wild pitches, and that's kind of how we got to where we were. So we'll head to inning number 2, a 2-0 lead for St. Louis here over Charlotte. Back with more of the HWSA World Series in just a moment. To the second we go. First pitch up and in on Jamie Honeycutt, the pitcher, who's also batting in the cleanup spot today. This chop foul. So 1-1 the count now on Honeycutt as Noah Kelsey into his second inning of work for St. Louis. That misses, so now 2-1 the count on Honeycutt. 2-0 lead for St. Louis here in the second inning. Let's chop down toward third. Played there by Andrew Douglas. He'll flip it across to Mitchell Brown, and the out goes 5-3. So 1 up, 1 down for Charlotte in the second.
I'm going to catch up with you pretty soon here.
It's David Graves stands in. Graves, the number 5 hitter and first baseman. Off-speed pitch comes all the way back to the screen. In fact, sailed over the head of Graves. So 1-0 the count with Ben Walsh on deck for the Stampede. That pitch right down the middle at the knees, and the count will even up at 1-1. This is the Division II championship. The Division I championship will be this afternoon, I believe, a 12:30 start time, and there's a swing and a miss, like a 3/4 swing for David Graves, and the count will move to 1-2. And this off-speed pitch goes over the head of the batter and back to the screen. It's the second one in this at bat. That count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, with nobody on base, it doesn't do him any harm, so he's okay.
A 2-2 pitch here. Is sliced foul and out of play up the first base line. And count will stay at 2-2. Off-speed pitch, chop foul and back to the screen. This first game of the day is the hard one because of the position of the sun and everything from the fans' point of view. As there's a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes David Graves, chasing a curveball low and away. So now 2 gone for Charlotte. That brings Ben Walsh up to the plate. Walsh hitting in the 6th spot and playing third today with 2 gone here in the second inning for Charlotte. A pitch over the outside corner for a strike, 0-1 the count.
I'm going to get there.
Off-speed pitch, shot back off the catcher, and the count will go to 0-2.
Believe it or not, I'm caught up.
Good grief. Wondering what in the world is going on over there.
I got all your stuff done before the game started, but I didn't get any of mine done.
1-2 delivery. That misses away with the fastball.
That was a nice pitch because he already had 2 no balls, 2 strikes, and he tried to get him to go fishing for one outside, but he was smart enough and lay it off of it.
1-2 pitch here. Fastball chopped out towards second. Played there
easy
by
4-3.
Brett Tapp. He'll just flip it across, and the out goes 4-3. 3 up, 3 down for Charlotte in the second. No runs, no hits. We will move to the bottom of inning number 2. It is a 2-0 lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Back here in just a moment. You're watching the HWSA World Series on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Leading off the bottom of the second for St. Louis is Carl Blykamp. Fastball right down the middle. 0-1 the count on Carl. So it's Blykamp, Tapp, and Dye. 7, 8, 9 hitters for St. Louis in the second to face Jamie Honeycutt. That pitch over the outside corner at the knees. And it's quickly 0-2. Honeycutt's delivery here. Fastball missing up and away. It'll move to 1-2. 2-0 lead for St. Louis here in the bottom of the second. This is the Division II championship. Curveball called strike 3 over the outside corner. That was another pretty nasty pitch from Jamie Honeycutt. So down on strikes goes Carl Blykamp, and that will bring Brett Tapp up to the plate, the second baseman hitting in that 8th spot. And this popped up on the infield down toward third base. Walsh will play it there. Nope, called off by the shortstop Ryan Kirk. And 2 gone for St. Louis in the second. Now the number 9 hitter Nathan Dye facing Honeycutt. Fastball right down the middle. 0-1 the count on Nathan. And boy, the second inning has been much different for Jamie Honeycutt. He's dialed in pretty good, and now the pitches much closer to where they need to be. His count evens up at 1.
Got a good arm. He really has a nice fastball.
Fastball popped up into shallow center field, drifting out as the second baseman. And did somebody make the grab on that? Nope, it deflected off of the second baseman, Evdeman, and I think he might have taken some cleats to the left leg from the center fielder. It looked like Zagoda came in and they might have clipped each other. And boy, if you get those cleats might have been to his right leg. I couldn't tell which one. Right, I think it was maybe the left calf.
Left leg, yeah. Yeah, he was going back. It was one of those hit about halfway between the outfield and the infield, pop up there, and he was making his way back on it. He had the ball for a second until he got cleated there and went upside down and lost the ball in the tumble. He's up and he's determined he's going to stay in there, I think. He's walking around now.
So we'll go as a single off the bat of Nathan Dye, and that will bring us back around to the top of the ordering. Cameron Kilchrist. Cameron walked and scored in the first.
Well, I don't know. I think you have to give him a single on that, or you're going to give an error.
Well, that's not an error. He got taken out. I mean, if you're colliding with someone at the same time and trying to catch the ball, I don't think I would go error on that route, but I'm not an official scorer either, so.
I mean, it should have been.
It should have been
center fielder calling off the infielder. And
yeah, it probably should have been caught, but whether or not it was an actual error, I don't know. That misses inside with a fastball. Runner going down to second. Throw goes into center field. Now runner trying to take third base and make it in there easily. So runner going first to third here. So Nathan Dye doing best he can to steal second, and then the throwing error gives him third. So a pitch chopped down toward first. Nice easy play for the first baseman, and Cameron Kilchrist rolls out of the inning as David Graves just steps on the bag. So 3 unassisted, no harm done in the inning. There's no runs, 1 hit, an error, and a strikeout as well. We'll head to the third inning, 2-0 the lead for St. Louis. Back with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment. fastball over the inside corner for a strike on Seth Cauble. It's the bottom of the order for Charlotte in the third, and an easy rollout to short. Cameron Kilchrist flips it across to first, and a 6-3 putout of Seth Cauble will bring the number 8 hitter, Ryan Kirk, the shortstop, to the plate.
Well, Charlotte's had 7 batters, and all 7 have gotten out so far, although one of them was from a double play. Bailey Meeks hit into double play in the bottom of the first inning, but they've had all out so far. Strike, nice little curveball. Broke right over the center of the plate.
So Kirk, then James Goodwin for Charlotte. This off-speed pitch misses inside. The count will even up at 1-1.
That was interesting. He's pitched the same type of pitch 2 times in a row there.
1-1 delivery. That's way inside again. And for some reason, Noah Kelsey. Is Ryan the one ducking out of the way. Noah having difficulty with the off-speed pitch and getting any sort of control on it. That's now the 3rd time it's actually gone over the head or behind a batter.
Doesn't make you very comfortable as a batter.
And this is low now, and 3-1 the count on Kirk. Who is it? Ryan Johnson or Randy Johnson back in the day that threw behind.
Oh, threw behind the batter?
Boy, my memory is so bad anymore. There's a walk given to Kirk as he'll head down to first, and James Goodwin will come to the plate. John Kruk, and I think it was in an all-star game that Randy Johnson threw like 105-mile-an-hour fastball right behind him, and John Kruk said, "That's it." He stood as far out outside the batter's box as you could get, with it, still keeping his toes in the line. Yeah. Make you think twice, that's for sure. There goes the runner, pitch low and away. The throw to second is off the glove of the man covering second base, and in the third goes the runner. I think as a second baseman, it was Brett Tapp covering the bag, and it went off his glove into center field. And cruising in the third is Ryan Kirk.
I think he had the misfortune of having the base runner and the ball get at the same time to his glove, and knocked it all cattywampus, we'd say back home, and the ball went out in the center field.
So 1-1 the count now on Goodwin. Runner at third for Charlotte. There's a chopper out towards short, played there by Kilchrist. He'll flip it across to first, gets the out
nice
there.
Play.
And the runner holds at third. So now 2 gone in the inning. A background on the top of the order, and Michael Zagota for the Charlotte Stampede. So Kirk gets a lead off of third base. Now Noah Kelsey winds and fires. That misses high and away. 1-0 the count on Zagota. He's 0 for 1. Fly out to the shortstop in his first at bat. That over the outside corner. Count evens up at 1-1.
That first pitch would have gone behind the right-hand batter. This time the batter was a left-handed batter.
There's a little pop fly out towards left. Should hang up long enough. Nope, goes off the glove of Carl Blykamp out in left. And the air will allow Michael Zagota to reach base. Carl did a nice job of getting in position to make the play and went to his knees and just went off the top of his glove. So
yeah,
down to first goes Zagota as Kirk scores, and it's now a 2-1 lead for St. Louis.
Yeah, he hustled it over really nicely and went sliding in on one knee and had the ball coming right at his glove. Here's a pass ball.
There goes the runner, and he'll cruise into second as the ball gets away from the catcher.
And what happened when he slid down that knee, he went to catch it, but he squeezed the glove just a half a second before the ball got there, and he hit the top of his glove, then closed the glove and went off the glove into the field.
There's a strike as count will even up at 1-1.
That's too bad. Once Carl worked so hard to get over and play, he had to really come hustling.
Curveball fouled back out of play. And the count will move now to 1-2. Bailey Meeks on deck for the Stampede here. They get 1 run back in the top of the third, a 2-1 lead now for St. Louis. Kelsey looks back at second, now delivers home. There's a swing and a miss on a pitch over the outside corner, and down on strikes goes Matthew Evdeman. So 1 run in the inning on actually no hits. There were a couple of errors and a walk as well, and you can also throw a strikeout into the mix. We'll go to the bottom of the third, 2-1 lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Back here with more of the HWSA World Series in just a moment. So to the bottom of the third we go, is a 2-1 lead for St. Louis. Here's delivery, fastball, swing and a miss, as C.J. Mund leading things off for St. Louis here in the third. They lead it 2-1. This popped up on the infield. Should be playable for the shortstop, Ryan Kirk. He's got it. And 1 gone for St. Louis in the third. That brings Noah Kelsey up to the plate, the number 3 hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first.
You know what? I think we've had a grand total of 2 singles in the game, 1 by each team. The pitchers are really dominating, but we've had a few errors in the fielding, you know, and some walks.
1-0 pitch here. That hit a ton up in the air, but it's going to get foul. That thing about a mile up in the air. 1-1 the count now on Kelsey. Off-speed pitch, check swing, and he did go, says the home plate umpire. So the count now 1-2.
Well, we did see 1 home run here yesterday over the right field wall.
And there's a check swing, and he went. Out strike 3, and the throw down to first is in time. So the strikeout means 2 up, 2 down for St. Louis in the third, and now the cleanup hitter, Mitchell Brown. Well, Jamie Honeycutt has settled down nicely, and after that first inning, he's pretty much been lights out here in the second and third.
Yeah, you could tell when he was pitching the first inning, even though he was having trouble location, he had good stuff.
There's a chopper down toward third. That gets foul. 0-1 the count on Brown. Mitchell.
That's not your car, is it?
Grounded out 6-3. I don't think there's an alarm on it.
Oh, by the way, here's your keys.
I mean, if there's an alarm on it, it's news to me. Off-speed pitch for a strike. Now 0-2 the count on Mitchell.
Well, the 2 pitchers have done a really nice job, but especially Honeycutt has really nice stuff. No, nice.
And it's just a little low. And count moves to 1-2. Home plate umpire thought about it for a second.
He sure did. I think he could have thought about it another second. That was a nice pitch.
Honeycutt shakes off the sign. Now we'll deliver the 1-2, and there
That's
is
it.
called
Ready.
strike 3. Boy, that was a
Ooh.
beautiful pitch over the outside corner. So down on strikes goes Mitchell Brown. That will end the third. So no runs in the inning, no hits. Couple of strikeouts will head to inning 4. 2-1 the lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Back with more of the HWSA World Series in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Mr. Bailey Meeks steps in here, lead off the first inning. Oh, a line shot back to the pitcher. He got that right off the ground, right at his feet. Threw him out at first, got one down. Mr. Bailey Meeks makes out one.
Well, that was a line shot back up the middle. In fact, almost went off the ankle of Noah Kelsey. Somehow he got a glove down and stabbed that thing, or else.
Tell you what, I thought for a while he caught it in the air with how it hit in the ground, but it must have hit the ground right there in that mound. There's that behind the head again.
As the first one out, so Jamie Honeycutt steps up. That's 4th or 5th time that off-speed pitch has been overhead or behind a batter. But when it locates it, it's actually been pretty good. The problem has been he's had an issue locating it. So far, Charlotte hasn't really been able to take advantage of the fastballs because if really at this point you've noticed his struggles with the curve. Now there was one.
Yep, that was a good one.
That got over right down the middle of the plate.
Honeycutt got a little bad on it, fouled it off the right-hand side.
For Charlotte, and so a 1-2 count here. I'm sitting dead red until he can locate. Now there's a couple of them, so maybe he will come back and start locating those curveballs. There's 2 right there over the plate. Now, if he does that, it makes things much more difficult in picking out what you're going to hit.
Yeah, both of those are almost the exact same location. Both pitches kind of broke over the inside of the plate, about knee high.
I'll give you some scoring updates from the World Series here in just a moment from the 9 o'clock games. That's fouled back to the screen on a check swing. Some other scores from the tournament at the moment. In the second inning, the Nashville Heat lead the Jackson Victors 2-1. Waukesha Saints from up there in Wisconsin, just north of us in Illinois, a 4-0 lead over the Nashville Monarchs. This bounces in.
It's an interesting name, the Monarchs.
The Atlanta Barons with a 10-0 lead on Winston-Salem.
Wow.
In the second. Off speed, misses inside. Now the count goes full at 3-2. And then, of course, here, a 2-1 lead for St. Louis.
I think you have to go fastball here if you're batter.
There's a swing and a miss on a curve. That was a pretty nice one, too.
That was a nice one.
Over the outside.
Fooled everybody.
Corner. Down on strikes goes Honeycutt. I don't know if it was a curve or a slider, but whatever it was, it
was a nice breaking pitch over the outside of the plate.
I don't know if it was quite, looked like it had a little bit more speed on it than his normal curveball, but whatever it was, it had nice movement on it. And now 2 gone in the inning.
That was just a beautiful pitch. It went outside. I don't know if he could have reached the bat. Honeycutt could have reached it if he did. Try it again.
So now David Graves steps in. Graves 0 for 1 with a strikeout. There's a chopper down towards short, played there by Kilchrist.
Beautiful.
Fires to first. And that'll do it. 6-3 is the putout. 3 up, 3 down for Charlotte in the fourth. No runs, no hits. There's one strikeout as well. We'll head to the bottom of inning 4 at 2-1 lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Back here with more of the HWSA World Series in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Fastball over the inside corner. 0-1 the count on Joseph Griesbauer, the catcher who walked in his only plate appearance. And it's quickly 0-2 on Griesbauer. It's Griesbauer, Douglas, and Blykamp, the 5, 6, 7 hitters for St. Louis in the fourth. Wow, fastball up high and swing and a miss.
Wow, I tell you what, I wouldn't want to bet against the guy.
Down on strikes goes Griesbauer. I mean, that was way up in the strike zone, but when you're throwing something that's that fast, you only have a split second to make a decision if you're going to go for it or not. And that's hard to catch up to that. Fastball foul back to the screen. 0-1 the count on Andrew Douglas, the third baseman. Douglas is 0 for 1, grounded into a 6-4 fielder's choice in the first. Count now 0-2.
Well, he's got that curveball working for him. Curveball, it could have been a slider. I don't know.
And this bounces in. It hit about 3 feet in front of home plate, and a swing and a miss. So down on strikes goes Andrew Douglas. The ball was in the dirt, so he took off for first, but good throw from the catcher, Seth Cauble. Seen a lot of good catcher work in this tournament.
Yes, there has been. Nice job of keeping the ball in front of him. He once again, Cauble did a nice job there blocking the plate, knocking the ball down so he could throw him out at first.
So now 2 gone in the inning.
Nice
curve over the outside corner. 0-1 the count on Blykamp. You know, you got the feeling, like I was saying earlier, when Jamie was missing in the first, he was missing just up high. It wasn't the location as far as if it was over the plate or not. He was just missing high, and he got the feeling when he started bringing the ball down a little bit, there was going to be some trouble in a hurry, and it's been exactly that way.
Yeah, you could tell he had a good arm.
1-1 pitch, good curve. That's called a strike right now in the middle, and it goes to 1-2. I'm going to tell you something, too. It's hard when somebody's locating both pitches as good as Honeycutt is, and it's just a guessing game, and he's got some zip in the fastball. It makes it very difficult. There's your fastball again up high, and Blykamp held back just enough as the count goes to 2-2. Carl 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second inning. Curveball, another check swing. I don't think he went. The home plate umpire isn't even going to ask. I don't think. He just said nope. So full count at 3-2. Fastball up high and away, and the walk issued to Carl Blykamp. Well, did a nice job of staying away from some of those, and Honeycutt not missing by much, but just kind of.
Well, yeah, a couple of them were pretty close, but no, you couldn't argue with the call. It was okay.
So Brett tapped the second baseman to the plate. Brett is 0 for 1. And a fly out to the shortstop. Fastball, this hit fairly deep down the left field line, but I think it's going to get foul and doesn't. Matter of fact, it's all the way out of play. 0-1 the count on tap. Pretty good contact, though.
Yeah, nice contact. Good swing. Well, Brett tapped. He flied out to the shortstop his last time at bat.
Honeycutt comes set. Now delivers home. Off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Back to a little struggle here with his location again.
Yeah, but again, he's missing. I mean, what he's missing is not by much.
No.
So.
No, he's not wild.
I have a feeling he can reel it back in here fairly quickly. Pick off throw to first and runner back in safely.
Yeah, do a little throw to first base over just to tell the runner, I know you're there.
Fastball way up high. Now the count 2-1 on Brett.
Sometimes he puts a little extra in that fastball and it sails on him.
Fastball up and in. Now 3-1. You're right. Starting to not locate things so well again and again, getting the fastball up in the zone.
Had a couple really good innings. Started this inning off pretty good. And now he's last two batters, he's had trouble here.
3-1 pitch here. That's up
Another high one.
And back-to-back walks issued. So runners at first and second. Now the number 9 hitter up to the plate. That's Nathan Dye. Dye is 1 for 1 with a single back in the second.
Well, he had 2 straight strikeouts and now 2 straight walks.
Seems like he's sometimes just trying to get extra on the ball.
I think he is.
And it's just getting it up in the zone a little bit more. And if he can take a little bit off that fastball, might be able to locate it a little bit better. And catcher Seth Cobble went out to, I'll just say a quick word to him. And fastball up high again. So 1-0 the count on Dye.
He gets that.
Now we got the coach heading out.
Yeah. Settle down a little bit. He's really peppering the ball in there, but I think he's, like you were saying, I think he's trying to overthrow it a little bit. He's got enough mustard on it. He doesn't need to overthrow it.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it's, he can get away with taking, 5 miles an hour off to locate the pitch, just kind of take a little bit off of it to locate it a little bit better and then go back to throwing harder later. Because, he's really, now that last one wasn't as much steam on it as earlier, but meeting at the mound is now finished.
I don't know what the umpire was checking out, though. He walked out to check out something out there. He'll be appreciative of this breeze today with all that stuff he's got on.
Honeycutt comes set and delivers. That's a good pitch. Slow roller out towards short. Charging in is Ryan Kirk. That's going to be a tough play, and they get him. Kirk with a quick throw. A nice dig by David Graves over at first. So 6-3 goes.
5-3.
The put out. Oh, yeah, excuse me. 5-3 goes the. No, 6-3. Shortstop made the play, did he not?
Oh, I thought it was third baseman. But, all right, you can have it your way.
Huh? I don't know. If there was a third baseman and I'm blind, but
it doesn't make any.
In any case,
he's out.
We'll go to the 5th inning. There's a 2-1 lead for St. Louis here over Charlotte. Take a break. Come back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Oh, my.
Well, a good sliding catch on the first pitch of the inning. Hit off the bat of Ben Walsh. Flies out to center field. Good play by C.J. Munn coming on to make a sliding grab. So one gone for Charlotte in the fifth.
I think this Arctic breeze is getting to me.
There's a sharp roller out to short. Throw to first is in time. 6-3 put out. Cameron Kilchrist.
That saves a pitcher's arm, doesn't it?
The throw, 2 up, 2 down on 2 pitches, and that'll bring Ryan Kirk, the number 8 hitter, to the plate. Reached on an error, or excuse me, walked, then advanced on an error and scored in the third. Yeah, this has been a fast game. Delivery here.
Ooh.
There's that off-speed pitch way up and in again. 1-0 the count on Kirk.
That's just in case you start getting comfortable.
This curveball has been a 50-50 battle today, that's for sure. That's fouled out of play up the first base line. The count moves to 1-1. The problem is he's located it decently enough that you've had to respect it a little bit so far.
Yeah. You never know when it's going to go down on those high and outside ones. Inside.
A little blooper out towards center. Shortstop racing out and making the play. That's Cameron Kilquist. And that will do it for the inning. Wow, that was fast. No runs, no hits. We'll head to the bottom of inning 5. A 2-1 lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Cameron Kilchrist, the leadoff hitter, will also lead off the 5th inning here for St. Louis. They lead it 2-1 over Charlotte. Little blooper out towards right field, and a good play by the second baseman. That's Matthew Evdeman going out to make the catch. Still kind of limping around a little bit from that injury earlier, but does make the play there. And 1 gone for St. Louis in the 5th.
Yeah. Nice job of just going as fast as he needed to. Oh, there's a shot.
And that hit deep to center, and drifting back and making the play there is Michael Zagoda. I mean, that thing was hit very deep to center, but Michael did a good job of breaking back on it immediately off the bat. And once again, 2 quick outs.
Well, he caught up that fastball and really rocked it good. But that wind, it's hit it right up in that wind, and it wasn't going to go too far out there.
Fastball missing low and away to Noah Kelsey, the number 3 hitter. 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. This hit back up the middle, knocked down by the second baseman, Evdeman. He's still having trouble. As I think normally he probably would have made that play pretty clean, but he's still having trouble getting around out there at second base. So we have a courtesy runner here for the Patriots. Not exactly sure who it is. They don't have any numbers on the front of those jerseys. So until he turns around, I won't particularly know.
Yeah, and it's probably going to have a hard time getting to turn around when he's first base looking home.
I don't know if you get that a single or an error. Would have been kind of a tough play coming back, even if he caught it.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd have thrown him out anyway.
There's a sharp shot back up into right field. Runner rounding second, heading to third, and a couple of back-to-back singles here in the 5th for St. Louis. First of all, Noah Kelsey on that hit back up the middle. Then Mitchell Brown just lining one to right. Now runners at first and third for Joseph Griesbauer, and I believe they're going to make a change at second base here. I don't think Evdeman's going to be able to do that anymore. He tried his best to make that work, but I think he's done for the day. At least he made it to the end of the tournament.
Yeah, he did. And this is the 5th inning. He only missed 2 innings. So
trying to see what they're doing. I believe number 2 is going to come in and go to right field for Charlotte. And I think they were going to send Bailey Meeks out to second base.
Yeah, 2 is going to right field.
So Meeks comes in at second.
And number 2,
Will Franklin, goes to right. So Evdeman is out with that injury. Meeks goes from right field to second base, and Will Franklin comes in to play right. This foul back to the screen. 0-1 the count on Griesbauer. Joseph 0 for 1 with the strikeout. He also walked. Now St. Louis, boy, if they can get a run here, that's big insurance run. Curveball swing and a miss. And a count 0-2.
I think that they did what you were talking about. I think that Honeycutt has taken a little off his fastball. They're hitting it now. And he's gotten better control. Going to have to use more of that curve like that.
An 0-2 pitch coming up here from Jamie Honeycutt. Curveball, swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Joseph Griesbauer. So no runs in the inning. Couple of hits and a strikeout as well. We go to the 6th. Still a 2-1 lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Be back here with more in just a moment. Leading things off here in the 6th is James Goodwin, the number 9 hitter, 9-1-2 for Charlotte in the 6th inning. This bounces in 1-0 the count as Noah Kelsey has gone the distance here. This bounces in as well, and it's quickly 2-0. So Kelsey comes set and delivers. It's right down the middle, and it moved to now 2-1 on Goodwin. He's 0 for 1. The ground out back in the 3rd. This chopper down goes under the third baseman's glove, picked up by the shortstop, and what a throw by Cameron Kilchrist.
That was cool.
Gets the runner by a half a step. It went under the glove of Andrew Douglas, who was charging at third. Kilchrist played the ball deep in the hole out at short and then just threw a dart across the field.
And he had to throw it kind of high because the third baseman was broken in front of him. Nice throw. Wow.
So 1 out now. Here in the 6th, that misses. 1-0 the count on Michael Zagoda. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout, also reached on an error. This popped out to left field, should be playable for Blykamp. He's got it. And quickly 2 gone in the 6th.
Well, I'll tell you what, you won't have to worry about Noah Kelsey wearing his arm out in the game. He's had some quick innings. But what he's done is he's put the ball to the plate a lot, and they're going to have to swing at it.
So Will Franklin hits here. This is in Matthew Evdeman's spot. Franklin was the replacement for Evdeman after he left with that injury. There's a chopper back up the middle, and that's going to get into center field. So a single off the bat of Will Franklin. And maybe that'll get something started for Charlotte. 2 outs here in the 6th. They trail it 2-1 to St. Louis.
Charlotte just keeps hanging around. So
now Bailey Meeks, who grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 1st inning and then grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th.
Oh, there's that.
Now it stays up and in again on the off-speed pitch.
I think they were getting too comfortable in there again. He had to throw that up behind their head.
Franklin with the lead off of first. This foul back out of play. Count now 1-1.
At least it's that slow curveball that's up behind their head, not that fastball.
So Kelsey looks in. Noah comes set, glances over at first. This will miss low. 2-1 the count on Meeks.
Well, this might be one of Kelsey's longer innings with more pitches thrown.
It's fouled back out of play again, and the count evens up at 2-2.
Let's see. Okay. 1, 2, 3. St. Louis has got 3 singles so far today.
Kelsey delivers. There goes the runner at first. Off-speed pitch misses inside. And a little bit of trouble for Joseph Griesbauer getting the ball out of his glove. So a stolen base for Will Franklin.
That's how dominant these pitchers have been. St. Louis has had 3 singles, and the Stampede has had 2 singles.
And now a little visit at the mound. Full count here at 3-2. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Runner in scoring position for Charlotte out at second base. And this might be Charlotte's best opportunity to get a run right here. Kelsey comes set. Off-speed pitch.
Oh.
Wow, that was hit a ton, but it gets foul and out of play.
He still got off-speed curveball that time. Man, he had that time perfectly. Wow, did he hit that a ton. Way down the left field corner of the stadium here.
If that would have stayed fair, that would have been a problem. Well, at least for St. Louis, not so much for Charlotte.
Yeah, that's true.
3-2 delivery again, off speed in the dirt, and that will be a walk. Good at bat from Bailey Meeks.
Hey, Franklin came in, delivered that single, got second base on the steal, and then Meeks now coaxed him out of a walk. This is one of their better innings here.
Well, now a chance for Jamie Honeycutt to help his own cause. Runner at first and second with 2 outs here in the 6th. That fouled back to the screen.
He was going for a long distance one that time.
Honeycutt 0 for 2, grounded out to the third baseman back in the 2nd and struck out swinging in the 4th.
I'm kind of guessing if I was picking one of my players off the team to be up in this kind of situation, that'd be him right there.
Yeah, 3-4, Meeks and Honeycutt. That's who you want up in these situations. Fastball missing away. Now 1-1 the count on Honeycutt. Kelsey looking in. Now comes Set. Dances back at second. Delivers that. Misses up. Now 2-1 the count.
Yeah. Well, I said that Kelsey was having short innings. That went out the window with this inning.
Kelsey again, glancing back at second. Big lead out there. That fouled out of play, and the count goes to 2-2.
I don't know who's telling, but 3 baseballs he wanted.
Will Franklin is getting a rather large lead at second. If I was out there, I think I would at least encourage him to come back to the bag. I mean, he's getting a big lead out at second. And now he's slowly inching his way back toward the bat. Fouled back out of play.
Grudgingly, inch by inch, he was coming. Not anymore than he had to give up.
And he's getting a good quarter away down toward third base.
Oh, yeah, he's getting a huge lead. They've not paid a whole lot of attention to him. The second baseman, well, that's a Will going second base. No, that's the other team. Sorry about that. I was going to say that's the backup second baseman, but it's not.
Foul back to the screen. They'll stay at 2-2. Well, this is big right here. You got a feeling that this is pretty much, I mean, it's not the game yet, only down by 1 run, but this is
important,
very large opportunity for Charlotte.
You got your cleanup hitter up, 2 guys on, there's 2 outs.
2-2 pitch. This hit sharply up the right side, played there by the second baseman, Brett Tapp, who flips it across to first, and that will do it for the inning. No runs in the inning. There was 1 hit and a walk as well. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 6, a 2-1 lead for St. Louis. It's been that way for a while, and it'll stay back here in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Well, bottom of the 6th here for St. Louis. They lead it 2-1. Andrew Douglas to start things off. He is 0 for 2 today. It's Douglas, Blycamp, and Tapp, the 6, 7, 8 hitters here for the Patriots. Give you some scoring updates from the 9 o'clock games here in just a moment. Off-speed pitch missing away.
That one score you were giving a while ago, to me, that was a little bit of a surprise. That big a score.
Just the 1-1 delivery. Fastball, little bloop shot out toward right and tailing away from the right fielder, but good play by Will Franklin to track it down. It had a little bit of pop on it, but it just kept tailing away from Franklin, and he kept chasing it and eventually tracked it down in right field. Pretty good play from Will.
Yeah, he did a nice job of breaking as the ball was hit. Immediately knew where to start running to, and they had to keep going because the wind kept driving it over farther.
It was a swing and a miss by Carl Blycamp, 0-1 the count. Scoring updates, Nashville Heat lead the Jackson Victors 5-3. That's in the 4th inning. It was a strike over the inside corner. It's 0-2.
Oh.
Also, the Waukesha Saints leading the Nashville Monarchs 4-3 in the 5th inning. Off-speed misses up high. And Atlanta leads Winston-Salem 21-0 in the 2nd.
21-0. Wow. Uh-oh.
That stays up high. Now 2-2 the count. Now here in this one, it's been 2-1 St. Louis pretty much since this game started. Yep. St. Louis scored 2 in the 1st. Charlotte scored 1 in the 3rd, and that's been it.
Yeah, and the 2 they scored in the 1st inning were off no hits. 2 walks.
Yeah, Jamie Honeycutt's only given up 3 hits the whole day.
Now, last hit was one of the 2 hardest hit balls we've had today off Honeycutt. One last inning and one this inning now.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. And I don't know where the catcher is heading to. It's only 2 outs. He thought it was 3 outs. It's not, but that's all right. At least you're excited to get back to the dugout. So 2 gone, and that will bring Brett Tapp to the plate. Tapp is 0 for 1, does have a walk, though.
At least the rest of the team knew where they were at because nobody moved except him.
Pitch misses a little low there. 1-0 the count on Tapp. As Honeycutt now will come set and deliver. Fastball, that misses away. Again, missing just by a little bit here. It's not.
His pitches are close, but they are definitely balls.
That'll make it 3-0, and again, not missing by much.
Well, his walks have got him in trouble today. That's how he's gotten the 2 runs scored against him. A couple walks and a 6-3 ground ball to shortstop.
And there's ball 4. So the 2-out walk issued to Brett Tapp. And now the number 9 hitter, Nathan Dye, to the plate. Dye is 1 for 2 with a single.
All right, he's going to have to get him out right here. He don't want to score any more runs because they got the top half of the 7th coming, don't they?
Yep, if you're looking ahead to Charlotte's 7th inning, it's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Stampede. This chop back up the middle. This could be a tough play. Shortstop makes a good play. Good
nice
throw.
Shot.
Ryan Kirk with a nice scoop and throw, and that will do it for the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits. There was 1 walk, 1 strikeout. We'll head to the 7th. It's still 2-1, the lead for St. Louis over Charlotte. Back here with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. David Graves to the plate here in the 7th. Charlotte needs 1 run to keep this game going.
Right.
Fastball right down the middle. 0-1 the count on Graves. It's David Graves, Ben Walsh, Seth Cobble due up for Charlotte here.
Strike.
Good curveball right
Beautiful.
down the middle, and the count goes to 0-2.
Well, he's not making it easy on Stampede.
So Kelsey looks in, will get the sign and deliver here. Off speed popped up into right field. Should be playable out there for Nathan Dye. He'll make the catch. And 1 gone for Charlotte here in the 7th. That brings Ben Walsh up. Walsh is 0 for 2 today.
Well, Stampede have had a total of 2 hits all day today. But St. Louis ain't much better. They've only had 3. I do believe. So.
Pitch here, right down the middle. 0-1 the count on Walsh. Again, Kelsey comes set. Deliver it home. Fastball, line shot, and it goes. I couldn't tell. The umpire was standing right in front of me.
I think it went right through the second baseman.
It must have. I couldn't see the second baseman because the home plate umpire stepped right over in front of me. But in any case, it ended up in right field off the bat of Walsh, and I think that was an error. I don't know for sure because I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it hit right in front, a little ways in front of him and scooted through.
So now Seth Cobble to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. There's a strike right down the middle. 0-1 the count on Seth.
Yeah, that ball that's one of those tough ones to handle, too. It comes and hits a little ways in front of you.
There's a swing and a miss on a curveball, and now it's quickly 0-2. Kelsey comes set, looks over at first. Now comes home with it. That bounces in. Wow,
Nice
that's
stop.
a really nice stop by Griesbauer. Managed to scoop that ball out of the dirt.
Well, that was way outside and into the dirt, and he somehow got over in front of it. Got it right in his glove, just like it was a strike down the middle.
1-2 the count now on Cobble. Walsh with the lead at first. Here with the 1 out in the 7th. A chopper out toward short. Kilchrist to second for 1, to first. Double play.
That's it. Wow.
6-4-3 double play will finish it. And the St. Louis Patriots will win the 2015 HWSA Division II championship with a 2-1 win over Charlotte, and what was a really well-played game on both sides.
Boy, that was a fantastic game, and what a way to end the game. It just was exciting to see him turn a double play. As a mediocre ground ball at the third shortstop, and boy, he whipped that ball good over to second base, and Brett fired at the first, got that double play, and that was it.
So St. Louis wins it 2-1 over Charlotte to take the Division II championship. And we'll give you your final totals here in just a moment. All right, your final totals. First of all, losing pitcher today is Jamie Honeycutt for Charlotte. Good grief. I'm talking about a tough loss. 6 innings pitched, goes a complete game, gives up 2 runs on 3 hits, struck out 8 and walked 6. The 2 runs were the first 2 batters in the game scored. You didn't give up anything after that. 6 innings pitched, 2 runs, 3 hits, struck out 8 and walked 6. For St. Louis, winning pitcher is Noah Kelsey, also a complete game, 7 innings, gives up 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 2 and walked 2.
So 2 hits apiece, huh?
That's a fairly effective pitching performance on both sides. 7 innings pitched, complete game, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Noah Kelsey. The only runs to score for St. Louis were 2 runs in the top of the first. In the top of the first.
Right, 2 walks.
As Kilchrist and C.J. Munn both scored. They walked twice, and there wasn't even a hit in the inning.
No, there
was a wild pitch
ball,
that moved the runner up. There was a 3rd walk in the inning, and that's pretty much the way it happened. There was a fielder's choice that allowed a run, or the fielder's choice the way the inning ended.
Yeah. Well, they had the 6-3 fielder's choice. They scored one.
That scored a run on, yes, and then the 6-4 fielder's choice ended the inning. But that was it. No hits and the 2 runs in the first inning, and that's all that happened. 1 run for Charlotte in the 3rd inning, and they did that without getting a hit. There was a walk and an error that eventually led to that run, and that was it. Not a whole lot of offense on either side.
Not really.
So Noah Kelsey gets the win for St. Louis. They win it 2-1 to take home the 2015 HWSA Division II championship. So we'll wrap up our broadcast from this game. We'll be back here in a little while, I believe 12:30, which is a while.
2 hours away.
I'm pretty sure that was the scheduled start time for the actual championship. We will get to that in just a little bit. So we'll wrap things up from this one. We'll see you in a little bit for the Division I championship. You've been watching the HWSA World Series on the Christian Internet Sports Network.